channel. So today is an honest rant that might offend some, but I want to help you ultimately, so it's worth it to offend some people and help so many more. So I want to tell you right now, stop making excuses. Stop making excuses to be unhappy, to be unfit, and to not do what you want to do. Now, I know things do not happen overnight, but you can't expect something to happen if you do nothing about it. So if you're sitting there at this job that you hate and you're like, wow, I really want to be a teacher in 3 years. I really want to be a teacher in 3 years and I hate this job and this job sucks and my life sucks and I can't afford a house and I'm never going to get a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever. Of course you're not, because one, your attitude is holding you back. If you sit there and do nothing about it and only talk about it, how are you going to be a teacher in 3 years? 3 years is going to come by and pass you and you'll still be at that job that you hate because you just talked down to yourself and you didn't make any moves to change it. So then if you want to be a teacher in 3 years, start applying to college, start applying to City College and take classes. Start your goal. Now, first of all, before you can start your goal, you have to set your goal. So think about it. Just think about it. Sometimes people don't even know what they want to do, and that's okay. That's so okay. But make sure you're working towards something. So sit down with somebody that you love, or sit down with just yourself and write your goals. Like, do you want to have kids or not? Do you want to own a house or not? Where would you like to live? Where would you want to work, or what kind of field would you want to work in? What kind of car do you want to drive in the future? What are your goals? And start going towards them little by little. Of course, it doesn't happen overnight. I think a lot of people expect that, just like with working out, even if it's that, getting in better shape. If you eat quinoa and salad one night and you're expecting by the morning to feel amazing and feel thin and fit, that's not going to happen. But if you start eating quinoa and salad today and you do it every day, you eat healthy and you go for a walk or you do squats at night, something, in 12 months it's going to have made a huge difference for you. But you have to be in it for the long haul. You can't just give up before you've even started. This is a frustration to me because I just don't like negativity. Don't get me wrong, we all have our negative moments. We do. Even I have my down moments where I get frustrated. But I've noticed with my super positive mindset, they happen less. My breakdowns or my down on myself moments happen for less time. For instance, one thing that happened recently was that we wanted to buy a new laptop. Yes, we could technically afford it, but it would leave our savings way down. We owed tuition, and there's just a lot going on. So we decided, for us, we really didn't need it. We shouldn't buy it. That put me in a little bit of a down mood, and I was upset. I was frustrated because I'm like, wow, why don't we make more money? Why can't we get that? And technically we could, but saving for a house and saving money and being smart means that you don't get everything you want all the time. Sometimes you get used stuff. Sometimes you find a different way. And that's what we do a lot of the time. It's not always easy. It's not always exactly what we want to do. But it works and we're happy. So now, do I care that we didn't get that laptop? No, we don't need it and I'd rather have the money. Sorry. But, my down moment lasted so short. Whereas before I might have cried, I might have just been frustrated with myself and for hours just been dwelling on it. And in my head, it lasted maybe an hour and it was like, you know what? Get the F over it. Move on, girlfriend. If you want that laptop, you work harder and I can buy that laptop. We can buy it. But we just need to work a little harder, maybe, do some extra things to make that money or just live without it. It's totally up to you. But you have to be there for yourself. You have to believe in yourself because let me tell you, everyone around you most of the time is doubting you. Not those who truly love you and not those who are truly there for you. Sometimes they may doubt you a little bit, but they're not going to let you know. But people around you will openly doubt you. They will openly talk shiznit about you. And that's going to bring you down. But you can't let yourself come down. So if everyone else has given up on you, you don't give up on yourself because you're the last person you have. So if you've given up on yourself, how do you expect anybody else to believe in you? Really? Truthfully, think about that. How can you portray that you're going to make it when you've already said, it's too hard, I'm not going to do it? How is anyone else going to believe in you and encourage you? They're not. They're like, well, she's not going to do it, or he's not going to do it because she's always just changing her mind or not doing it, you know? So be there for yourself, stand up for yourself, and work hard for what you want. Don't care what other people think about you. It may be hard sometimes, but it's worth it. And a positive mindset is how you get there. There's a lot of self-help books you can read. But being positive and setting goals and working towards them is the only way you can get better, the only way you can get where you really want to be. You know, some people say like, oh, they came from money. Oh, this and that. Does that matter? That doesn't affect you. If they came from money, fine. But guess what? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get there, and I didn't come from money, and I'm going to be so much more proud because I worked hard myself, you know? Either way, it's still hard work, and it still took some brain power. Yes, you might have to use a little bit more brain power, but if that's what you want, you do it. It's not, oh, poor me. You can't feel sorry for yourself. Growing up, I was always taught, my dad always said, my dad's biggest quotes in my life that I'll always remember are, don't ever let the haters get you down, and don't you ever feel sorry for yourself. He always told me that if I would cry over something, he's like, don't you dare feel sorry for yourself. And it's true. I haven't had the easiest life, and neither has P. You know, he's not here, and I'm not going to talk about his past, but I'll talk about mine because I am here, and I'm sharing it with you guys, and I want to be transparent. My mom passed away when I was 7 years old in a car accident from a drunk driver. Yes, that was awful. And 2 weeks before that, my uncle, my dad and my mom's best friend, passed away in a car accident that I actually saw. And then 2 weeks later, the same year, same month, my mom passes away. Yes, that was so hard. And just in these past few years, I've really been able to talk about it without crying. So I'm so proud of that. But I never wanted anybody to know that because I didn't want anybody to feel sorry for me. Because you don't need to feel sorry for me. I made it. Look at me, you know? But I didn't have an easy life. It was hard. We struggled. And you know what? I'm so glad we did because it made me who I am and I wouldn't change it. Everyone in my family at that point had fallen. And I was 7 years old and I was like, I'm not giving up. I've got to lift everyone else up. I have got to be everybody's rock. Like, forget about myself. I'm going to be there. I'm going to make sure everyone makes it out of this. And I did. And I am so proud of that. You know? I think about it now and I don't know how I did it. There's a lot of things that I think about now and I'm like, how the heck did I do that? I hardly remember. But the truth is, and the point is that we made it. We made it out. And if you can make it out from those horrible situations, you can do anything. But you have to be positive and you have to believe in yourself. And you have to go after something you really love. Because if you are believing in yourself and sometimes you're not doing something that you love, but you know it's going to get there to get you where you are doing something you love, it's worth it. But if you're just doing something every day, and it's not worth it, if it's not getting you anywhere, stop doing it. I know most people can't just quit their jobs. I understand that. I mean, when we moved to this apartment, both of us were working, and I had a really tough job with a boss who wasn't necessarily that nice. She was manipulative, and I was going to school, and it was so tough. We were both working full-time. I had started going to school part-time, and we couldn't afford for me to quit my job. And I had no idea what was in the cards for me. But you have to keep looking forward and seeing what's next. And eventually was able to quit my job. My husband's able to support us, and And here we are. You know, he bought me equipment to do YouTube, and you just have to work on it. You have to have a dream, and you have to work on it slowly. And I'm still not always liked. I'm still not popular. You know, you just have to not care what people think. Be confident and go in the direction that you want to be. Be the person that you want to be. And let me tell you, if you have a positive mindset, you're going to be so much more kind and caring to other people. If you're negative, you're going to think everybody's intentions are wrong and that everybody's talking about you and that everybody is, you know, mostly bad. But that's not true. You know, there are people out there that want you to succeed. There are people out there that you may not even know care, and they do. It's just your mindset. You are in control of your mind. Always remember that. But if I look back now, I would never imagine that I'd be here. I would never imagine when I was little that I'd be in Ventura, that I would be having a YouTube channel, that I would have gotten my bachelor's degree, that I would be married, and that I had a dream wedding. I just would never imagine. I would never imagine that I looked the way I do. Anything like that. I was chunky. I had acne, I had braces, I had glasses. I had it all. I did not always have it easy, and I don't have it easy now. I mean, some people could look at me and say like, oh, she has it easy, you know. I work out, not as much as I probably should, but I eat healthy. I make everything from home, and I work out at least 3 times a week. But it's my mindset and everything that gets me here, to get me to work out. You know, you can't just be like, oh, I want to get thin and work out one day and expect it to happen. No, you have to work hard. A lot of things in life, you have to work hard, and people aren't willing to do it. That's why they don't. There are people stuck at the same job they've been at for years, and they complain that they don't have money and they can't do anything. That's their own fault. They're not trying to change it. And you can only do what you can to spread your positivity, but you can't let them bring you down. So you know what? Sometimes you just have to say, okay, if that's how you feel, I understand. But I'm going my way, I'm doing what I do, and I'm going to lift up those who I can. And that's my goal with this video. I'm not lying to you that when I was like probably 9 or 10, I loved protein bars. This is so terrible. I loved these mint chocolate protein bars, which now that I think about it, were probably filled with sugar. Yes, they were protein bars, but most things are filled with sugar that taste that good. And my dad always used to tell me, don't eat like after a certain time, like after dinner, you don't eat. It's too late. Don't eat before bed. Don't eat around, you know, bedtime. And I would sneak those into my room and hide them and eat them. That is so terrible. But here I am. I made it, you know. I just think it's so interesting thinking about your life back then and what you thought it would be to where it is now. But I just want you guys to know that it's not always easy. And if it was easy, you wouldn't appreciate it as much. There's a quote, I think I have it right here. I got it in a fortune cookie, and I loved it so much I saved it. P doesn't really like saving these, but I do. So it says, if you want the rainbow, you have to tolerate the rain. And that, when I opened it, was like, this is 100% true. We have both been through so much in our lives, and we see the positives in everything. We are just looking at the bright side because you have to. If you live life miserably your whole life, what a waste. How horrible is that? Yes, there are some times where we're like, God, this sucks. But you have to turn that around. You have to look at it positively, and you have to live a happy life, because that's the only way that you'll make it, you know? Not everything we do is fun. I mean, right now, as I'm filming this video, it is 1 in the morning. I woke up at 8. I'm gonna wake up at 8 tomorrow. I have video editing to do. I have to work tomorrow. I have a lot to do. I have to cook dinner, all of that. Of course, yes, I choose to do that. So I'm not gonna complain or whine or anything like that, because to me, it's worth it. You know, my husband actually said to me this weekend, like, it's not our job, it's not your job, or it's not my job, but that's what I love doing. I don't come home from work and be like, oh yeah, I have my wife, she's my job for when I'm home. He's like, I love doing it, so I would do it over and over no matter what. And that's how I feel about cooking and cleaning for us because I love doing it. I'm so honored to be able to have somebody to cook for, to have a roof over our head to clean, to have dishes to wash. Yes, it's not always easy, but think about what other people don't have or what other people are missing in life. And just be happy, because I just can't imagine living a life where you're miserable and everything that happens, you just look at it in a negative way. Yes, there are some things that are just negative and you can't turn around sometimes. I get it. We get it. We go through little negative times. But when you have a strong team, now it's not just me and my husband, any relationship that's positive and worth having, you have one person may feel down, the other person should be there to lift them up and say, no, you can do it. Don't you dare give up. I'm here. What do you need? And I have that relationship with my husband, of course, and I'm going to do a separate video talking about relationships. But I also have that with my best friend. If one of us is down, we'll call the other one, and the other one is there to hype you up and get you back to who you are. If I call my dad or my dad calls me, vice versa, one of us might be having a hard day and the other one is there to lift you right back up. It's just not worth living an unhappy life. So I don't know what my future holds. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do in life. I don't know exactly where we're going to live in life. But I've let go of it because we're happy right now. So it's worth it to us to live in a smaller apartment in a community that we love. So find something you love and follow it. Try to make it happen. I'm not saying make it happen by tomorrow. I'm not saying become an actress or a model by tomorrow, or a lawyer. That doesn't happen overnight. It takes hard work over time. Yes, there are some days that you have to work harder than others. But overall, set a time frame, set some goals, because if you don't have goals, you're not going anywhere. You're just wandering aimlessly. Set some goals, figure some things out in your life, and go for it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It was just on my mind, and I had to get it out, and I thought it might help some of you, and I hope it really, truly does. Let me know down below if there's anything you would like to know, any other videos you'd like to see. I want to hear from you. Like if you like, please subscribe so you don't miss me, and thank you so much for watching this rant. It sounded angry, but it's not. I just want the best for all of you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.